be happy about once again being used as pawns by the brass, but here is DeLuna sent after Jack Andrews.
I can't be happy. Really? Well, no shit. I can't be happy. Let me make this extremely clear, Flashbang, and specifically make it extremely clear to the brass. Honor Bound doesn't work for you anymore. Yes, you book our matches. Yes, I was told to face Jack Andrews. But no. I, nor my crew, are your puppets. We haven't been for months. Jack, I like to say I'm sorry. I wasn't giving it my all during that match. Hearing that threw me off so much. I wasn't giving you my full attention, and for that I apologize. But now, me and Honorbound need to make this official. Fate, you now have a faction on your side that includes members from the very beginning of Flashbang. One that the brass won't be able to stop.
Once again, Lawson thinks to take advantage of something he has no control over. And once again, it goes in a way he did not want. But I grow tired of Lawson's games. DeLuna, I leave it to you to remind Lawson what happens when he tries to use us as his tools of war. Here, this might be a good start. Contact our friends and see if any are eager to join, and let's see. Take McMorgan with you. He should be more than eager to hunt this particular target. May the hunt favor you. Which leaves my own hunt. Graven, I did not wish to put you on the spot for this, but Lawson has left a little choice for now. How do you feel about going after some trinkets?
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric J. Erickson, and we are back with another episode of Friday Night Flashbang. And let me tell you, I feel like it's been weeks, but it's only been a week. It's crazy how time can fly. And we have a very special episode of Friday Night Flashbang for you here tonight. By order of the brass, and I suppose that means also Mr. Lawson, we are having a bit of a throwback night, I guess you could say. A celebration of the eras of Flashbang, and I'm not really sure what all the pop and circumstance is about, but it's interesting that we just heard from the members of Honorbound, that being DeLuna and Sajar Cole, because last week they won a fatal four-way tag team match that has now put them squarely in the sights of the World Tag Team Champions. That being said, DeLuna's claim that Honorbound is not working for the brass is one I personally would like to believe. However, it's a little difficult when you have the very brass themselves saying that they work for them, and that's kind of how Honorbound came about, is enforcing justice in MNW. Now that being said, here tonight, Honorbound does have an opportunity to score the upper hand over the forces of nature, as DeLuna will go one-on-one with Huge Mane. But it will not be DeLuna competing for those championships. It sounds like Sajar has tapped Graven to be the two members of Honorbound that go after those championships. Either way, tonight it's DeLuna and Huge Mane, and it kicks off this celebration of Flashbang next. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Graven Allen and Sajar Cole, representing Honor Bound from La Tijuana, Mexico, DeLuna. So DeLuna flanked by Graven and Sajar. And Honorbound almost out in full force, but remember, a couple of weeks ago, Morgan McMorgan has now joined the ranks of Honorbound, further strengthening this group. The vigilantes of MNW, of at least Friday nights, and affectionately named the Hounds of Hell. DeLuna looks all business here tonight. And introducing his opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Big Rock, weighing in at 239 pounds. They are one half of the World Tag Team Champions, representing the forces of nature, Huge Mane. So Huge Mane, not normally known as a singles competitor, will go one-on-one with DeLuna. And there you see the World Tag Team Champions, a 5-year odyssey for Big Rock and Huge Mane. And at Multivania, they finally climbed up to the top of that mountain to put gold around their waist. But it might be a short-lived title reign if Honorbound has anything to say about it. Can you believe Breakdown? Just over a month away. Halloween fast approaching, and that means it'll be time once again to break down the walls. Of what? We're not really sure. Perhaps it'll be the walls to the multiverse. But we'll get into that a little bit later tonight. And here we go, Huge Mane and DeLuna to start us off here tonight. Nice German suplex there by Mane. Dropping the elbow as well for good measure. Now look at the snapmare. The early onset right now, Huge Mane all over DeLuna. It was, of course, Honorbound that won that fatal four-way match, but they have had some issues separating themselves from Mr. Lawson and his crusade. Oh, what a knee to the head. Meanwhile, Big Rock has had his own run-in with the former tag team champions in the form of Aqualung, who has been all up in the forces of nature's business. And there's the big knee. Of course, with Halloween rapidly approaching, that also means the return of the Monster Mash, a 30-man over-the-top rope battle royal. You never know who's going to show up in that match. And then, oh, looking for the kick. Oh, and he swept the leg. And now into the cover. One, and a kick out. We also know that our main event here tonight will be the Creation, the #1 contender who will challenge Crimson Phoenix. Oh, nice Fisherman Buster. Will challenge Crimson Phoenix for the World Heavyweight Championship at Breakdown. Looking to turn the feel-good story into a one-hit wonder. Double axe handle there from Mane. And as we mentioned at the top of the show tonight, a celebration of the eras in Friday Night Flashbang. And coming up next, as we see Sajar getting involved, talking some trash to Huge Mane. And now from behind comes DeLuna. Not really going to do them any favors about working for Mr. Lawson, but here we are. Now trying to pull DeLuna's arm out of the socket. Forearm shot. And staggered to the corner. Oh, was looking for something, but countered by Maine. Maine go for the main plex. That was countered. Clothesline by DeLuna. And another. And then sweeps the leg. And now hooking the leg into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Now the body blows, staggering huge Maine. And here come the kicks. And a knee right to the head. Oh, the drop kick into the turnbuckle. And that puts DeLuna into position. And here comes a Carrillo de Familia. Hold it on. 1, 2. Out, a kick out. And then, oh, looking for the foot stomp there on huge Maine. And then kicks DeLuna, or DeLuna kicks huge Maine. But look at that. Look at Maine just pop right up. In the knee, the kitchen sink right to the gut. And now Maine stalking their prey. And then drops that tree trunk across the leg. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now the heel hook there by Maine. Meanwhile, tweeting out on social media, Graven tweeting out on social media in response to the Jars promo earlier. Oh, I would be delighted, Simon. So it sounds like Sajar and Graven going to be the members of Honorbound officially that represent Honorbound. Oh, and there's the springboard moonsault. And huge Maine not happy on the outside. And then, oh, look at the forearm shot. Now a stomp to the inside part of the leg. And then drops the leg. And now hooking the leg. 1, 2, kick out by DeLuna. And now there's the right hand. Look out here. Mainplex! Bridging over. Mainplex. 1, 2, kick out. And Graven likes that. Not so much for Big Rock on the outside. And oh, what a shot to DeLuna. Into the cover. Will this do it? 1, 2, and got him. Here is your winner, Huge Maine. What a win for Huge Maine, a pinfall victory over DeLuna. And the forces of nature have been cooking leading into Multivanny, and that's continued in the months since. And ladies and gentlemen, with Huge Maine putting our first match into the books, and with us knowing that at Breakdown it will be the forces of nature versus Honorbound, we move ahead to our second match, which will probably give us some more insight into this celebration of eras in Flashbang history. But rather than talk about them over a blank screen, why don't we send this down to ringside and talk about it as we talk about those eras individually as they are represented in living color right now. The following contest is a triple threat match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 267 pounds, he is the War Boss, Nexus Gobbler. The Orky one, the former winner of the Monster Mash, and the man who made his return at Multivania, the War Boss. And we talked about there being eras in Friday Night Flashbang, and really there have been three primary eras, the most recent of which has been the era of the Cartel, the nearly 4-year reign of Victor Vicious and his cartel, of which Nitzig was a huge part of for many, many years until he saw the light. And introducing second, weighing in at 305 pounds, the Grim Reaper. A man who has certainly turned over a leaf in recent years, but at one time when he made his Flashbang debut was a member of a group called the Empire of Terror. The original era that started us out on Friday Night Flashbang, and while our world champion Ginger Boy was not a member of that faction like the other two eras, it was indeed a dark, dark time. But thanks to Graven Allen cutting the head off of that snake by burying Dark Lord Printing alive, and then I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the likes of Johan Mjoln and Artemis, just to name a few, standing up to the Empire of Terror and putting them down, ended that era, leading to this one. And introducing third, weighing in at 252 pounds, representing Apex, he is the Apex Predator, Nero Napier. The era of Apex ushered in by this man in his 484-day reign as World Heavyweight Champion, Nero Napier. Some people forget that Flashbang is not even a full decade old, barely a half decade. But these three men were instrumental in each of those eras and have been in the subsequent eras. But tonight in this triple threat match, you are looking at Flashbang history and royalty in that ring. And it was at the Halloween episode of Breakdown that Nero Napier won that World Heavyweight Championship, taking it from Ginger Boy, starting that era. Actually, I stand corrected. He won at Multivania, but he lost at the Halloween episode of Breakdown to Victor Vicious. A triple powerbomb to end his reign. and Apex's grasp over Friday nights. And tweeting out on social media, which is exploding right now, Michael Macabre saying, quote, though paths may direct elsewhere, members of the multiverse, get your RSVP because even if I'm not in it, the Monsters Ball welcomes all. And speaking of Nero Napier, he returned at just before Multivania, but he had a showdown with M. Dead smack center of that Multivania ring during the main event, and M tweeting out, I should have let you pinned to the ground, old snakebite. Your ears are gone, Nero. Retire with dignity or I will do it for you. Oh boy. And here we go. Nero Napier starting it off against the Grim Reaper and a big clothesline. Then a drop kick by Nitzig. The big right hand by the Orc. From behind now, grabbing at the head. And then shoved forward. Boot to the midsection. Nitzig showing off the Orky power. And now Nero gonna go face first into the turnbuckle. Oh, and then Reaper takes out Nitzig. There's a right hand. And again, I'm not sure what brought about this celebration of Flashbang's history. But so far, a pleasant night. Hopefully it stays that way. Nice leg drop there by Reaper and a hell of a triple threat match. And here come the boots. Nero, a former world heavyweight champion. The Grim Reaper, a former interdimensional champion and tag team champion. Nitzig, of course, a former winner of the Monster Mash and #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh! Onto the bat! Face first! Nero might think twice about bringing in weapons because he just got them used on him. And Spectrum tweeting out on social media, looking intensely at your Reaper. Or Spectrum seeming to find someone every week to cast their focus on. Lately, it's been the Grim Reaper. Earlier, it was Blight Howlis. And there's the Fisherman Suplex by Nero. Big right hand by Reaper. And then dropping the leg on Nitzig. Nero moving out of the way. The chop, the right hand. And then the inverted atomic drop. Off the ropes and then outside. And now the back suplex there, Reaper. Taunt on the outside, trying to get back involved as Nitzig's arm is twisted up and slammed into the mat. So, folks, who do you like in this match? Now here come the right hands. Nero slides down, big baseball bat to the head. And then Reaper looking for the power slam and gets it. The body blows, the right hand, another clothesline into the bat. A shot to the spine. And now telling Reaper to get up. Nero booted in the head. And then there goes Nitzig. Double boots. And now twisting that arm, already weakened there by Nero, but able to fight out of it as Nitzig. And then, on the baseball bat goes Reaper. And then Nero one-handed toss by Nitzig, the power, and a kick out. Able to slide around, look out here. Knee to knee contact. And now look out here, the coil locked in. Reaper trying to break it up and does. And now, suplex out of the back, spine first. And anything goes in a triple threat match. And now here comes the sledgehammer by the Orky one, right to the face of Nero. And now Reaper and Nitzig. Wearing off. And a knee to the face. Hook in the leg and then broken up by Nero. In perfect position. Now from behind. Might have been looking for the Titanoboa, but Nitzig says not today. And a poke of the eyes. Elbow. And now Nitzig going up. And he's going to find the turnbuckle in the corner. And then gets caught. Reaper going for a ride. Titanoboa. Nero falling into the cover. 1, 2, and broke it up. Nitzig able to stop it. And now Nero with the boot. Look at the pile driver. Now a knee to the back. And Nero saying it might be night-night time. And Nero, oh, a springboard from Nero. Looking agile in his old age. And then thrown at Reaper as that kendo stick. Nice clothesline by Reaper. And our right hand, Reaper. Right back to that arm and then drops the leg. A big right hand to Reaper, or by Reaper to Nero. And just clapped him. Nitzig just ran over Reaper. Both Nitzig and Nero made their Multivania moments count. Into the cover, Reaper down, a kick out. Nitzig aiding Crimson Phoenix in the latter stages of their matchup with Victor Vicious. A little bit of revenge against the mob boss. Nero doing much the same as he squared off with M and drove Tyson Smythe through a table. Now arm-to-arm contact. Into the cover, Nero back in, able to dive at the pin to break it up. Now Reaper Russian leg sweep onto the bat. And that's gotta sting. And now gonna try for it again, looking for Titanoboa. But Nitzig able to get down to a knee. And now fighting out of this hammerlock. Back to the face. Shoving Nero. Hung out to dry. And now in off the ropes. Clothesline from hell. Cover. 1, 2, and Nero just barely saves it. And then another springboard. Taking out both men. Nero, the crafty veteran, is he gonna steal it? No. A clothesline splash combination off the springboard. And there's the neck breaker. And now the boots. In off the ropes. Looking for the tilt-a-whirl. And there's the power slam. The cover, 1, 2. Nitzig just breaks it up. What a match this has been. Holy cow. And now continuing to damage him with that sledgehammer. And drops the leg once again. And a double axe handle. And now wrenching that arm one more time. Nitzig avoided it last time, not this time. Gonna go old school on the big man. Right to the shoulder. And now into the cover. And Nero breaks it up. The chop. Return to sender. And now here comes the choke slam. Oh, it's countered. Choke slam countered. Drop kick. Another right hand. Tighten the boa. Nixon got caught. Tighten the boa. Nixon nowhere to go, and he taps out the coil. I'm sorry. Here is your winner, Nero Napier. What a match! The coil, one of those devastating submission moves we have in MNW. And there's the practitioner of it. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, another slice of history is written in the history book of Friday Night Flashbang. What a triple threat match we just saw. But folks, speaking of Apex, the Executive Club has seemed to have it in their bullseye, all the members of Apex, ever since the Crimson Phoenix picked up that World Heavyweight Championship. And Tyson makes it very clear that's exactly who is in his sights.
The wondrous animals of Flashbang. Seems we have a lot around here. Apex is comprised of some of the most deadly creatures that this world has ever produced. Some of mythical proportions. First, the one known as Blight Howless goes by many names. Werewolf, lycanthrope, rogaroo. From what I see is nothing more than a wolf in sheep's wool. Then there's the Napiers, Nero and Mizuki. Just commonplace, twin-headed, venomous snakes. And then there's Zephyr Tail, a deep-sea terror that is a shark. Yet, he parades around like a pirate. What a joke. Then there's the actual muscle of the group, which are the Minotaurs, Satyrus and Labrys. You two have been the single greatest powerful duo in Flashbang history. Yet, you are not to be intimidated by us, because even mythical creatures can be beaten within an inch of their lives. Just look at the Greek hero Theseus. Finally, that brings us to Crimson Phoenix. You say what you are even in your own name. A bird that is immortal, that when it dies it burns in flames, but is reborn from the ashes. But being immortal isn't always as it is cracked up to be. Crimson, you hold the one thing that I crave most in this world. Do you really think you have what it takes to keep it away from me? Like I said, being immortal isn't as good as it seems. Sometimes there's worse things than not being able to die. Like being in so much pain and suffering that you wish you were. You think you can fend us, all of us, off forever? Not just me, but also M, Spectrum, Vaporwave, Demolition Fox, and Artemis, and whoever it takes. I don't think so. I already told you that I have a real big iron and a bullet with your name on it. See you real soon.
And folks, Tyson Smythe is not playing around. They have made it very clear. The World Heavyweight Championship is their obsession, their one and only goal. It might be a little bit personal, but it is definitely very, very unprofessional, because that's kind of how the Executive Club runs. But speaking of Apex, we're not quite done with them here tonight, because this upcoming match is a rematch of an instant classic that we saw at Breakdown Halloween oh so many years ago. And let's send it down to ringside. If you don't know, you're about to know. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 315 pounds, representing Apex, Blight Howley. The Wolfman is loose. And introducing his opponent, weighing in at 249 pounds, he is the Dragonborn Wily. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know your Flashbang history, we reference this rivalry a lot because in the early days of Friday Night Flashbang, when championships were being introduced, it was Wily and Blight Howley that squared off to determine who would be the first ever interdimensional champion. And not only did that happen at the first ever Halloween episode of Breakdown, Wily had to defeat Blight Howley, who was undefeated at the time, and it was also during a full wolf moon. The odds could not have been more stacked against Wily. But a frost bomb off the top rope is all it took to put away Blight Howley. And tweeting out on social media, Mr. Butler saying, quote, "There is nothing wrong with being a pirate. In fact, weren't you running around for the better part of 5 years with the name of a pirate?" Oh boy. And now the kick to the shoulder of Blight Howley as we start off this heavyweight bout. And now hooking the legs into the cover and a kick out. And now look out here, the quick roll up by Blight. One and a kick out. Wily able to counter. One and a kick out. And tweeting out on social media prior to the start of this match, Blight Howley saying, quote, "Tyson wanted to do 2 for 2. If I recall, I handed your ass to you earlier." True facts. There is a receipt. And while the circumstances surrounding Wily and Blight Howley are very different today than they were 5 years ago, both are still hungry to put championship gold around their waist. Wily for a second time, Blight Howley for the first time in their career. And a right hand, and perhaps maybe the monster mash. A way for one or both of these individuals to do just that. And now thrown into the corner goes Wily. Now the splash. And now into the cover. One. And a kick out. And now stomps to the gut. In off the ropes, drop kick to the back of the spine. And now trying to shove the foot in the throat of Lee, who's able to counter, and then runs into a brick wall. Right hand to Blight. Counter by Blight. And a slap to the face. In off the ropes. Oh, what a slam. And now hooks the leg. One. And a kick out. And now Lee into the corner. Looking for the Glacial Cascade, and he got it. Taking out Blight with that clothesline. 1, 2, and a kick out. Now a boot to the midsection. Look out here, the White Lotus. We're going to tap out Blight. Nowhere for the Wolfman to go. Oh, but look at the power. Able to fight out of it. And then drops the leg. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Tyson Smythe invoked the names of the Minotaurs. And they're here. At least one of them is Satiris in the building. But Wiley was ready. Wiley going after Satiris. Uh-oh, maybe that wasn't a wise idea. And then ducks out of the ring. The death stare from Satiris. Well, look out here, White Lotus. Satiris hasn't forgotten. Remember, Wiley infiltrated Apex to free Sheepy a couple of years ago. And I guess old habits die hard. Satiris with an old welcome gift for Wiley, and then sit all the way to the floor. And now the kick to the back of the leg. I don't know if Crimson's going to have a word with Satiris about that, but that's not really Apex's MO anymore, but here we are. And now look out here, Wiley able to move out of the way. I don't even know if Blight Howlis knows what happened. There's a power bomb. And now in off the ropes, big elbow to Wiley. And now the right hand up. Oh, here we go. It's the Blight Breaker. One, two, and a kick out. And now forehead first into the corner. Wiley dealing with a significant power disadvantage. In off the ropes, big elbow there from Wiley. Who lets out a primal roar and now maybe saying, it's over. Double axe handle. Boot to the midsection a third time. A third White Lotus. Will this one be enough? And no, Blight able to hang on. But they might be out cold. Two, Blight Howlis passes out. Here is your winner, the Dragonborn. Why? Blight survived 3 White Lotuses, but the third one, forcing them to lose consciousness, and Blight is pinned by the Dragonborn. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get too much further into the night, there is a man that we need to hear from. A man who we have not heard from at least in a couple of weeks. He's let his actions in the ring do the talking for him, but he has something here to say tonight. Let's take a listen to the Matino Heat.
Let's just cut to the chase, shall we? I ain't been right since Multivania. I keep replaying those moments in my head over and over and over again. Standing in that ring as a tyrant was dethroned. Standing over that same man, my hands sticky with his blood. He who had put me through so much, and yet, it's like a part of me is missing. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that fat bastard's gone. Maybe I'm just jealous that I'm not the one holding that title now. I know that I had hoped to be, but nevertheless, we carry on. Damien, Mr. Friday Nights. I concede to you. You have always been my kryptonite. My heart and my head may not have been up to snuff when we fought, and honestly, that does you a disservice. Because you deserve me at my best. Maybe one day. Maybe another day. Maybe a better day. And so, what's next? Simply put, I need to get right. And Damien, I believe you can help me. I think we can help each other, for that matter. You, myself, El Pollo, Jack Andrews, the four of us are all pillars of this resistance. Shit, we both know there's more, but that's not the point right now. You and I, we've got history. I want to make things right between us. Let's bury this hatchet in the heart of the executive club, shall we? I've got your back. Viva la raza!
Bury the dagger in the heart of the executive club. I could not have said it better myself. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a unique situation because it seems that Mr. Lawson and the executive club is going to take the madness at his word. Because tonight, for the, I believe, first time ever, the madness will team with the Sandman against hand-picked opponents by the Brass. And that match is next. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, and as the Sandman Damien Anderson makes his way down to ringside, Anderson had a retort for the madness that we will take a listen to right now.
Nice speech you gave, Mads. Very touching. One slight tidbit. I don't believe all of what you said. Did I forgive you after that match for what happened to Thunder? Sure. But do you really think that's the last of your sins paid for? Newsflash, Madness. It's not. You can talk about the things Victor made you do, but you were at his beck and call for 2 to 3 of the 4 years of his life. You did help him keep that belt as long as he did. Do I blame you? Not really. But you still owe a debt to Flashbang as a whole. Want forgiveness? Earn it. Want my trust? Earn it. Want redemption? Earn it. Want to set yourself right? Earn it. You are the only one that can make peace with yourself. You are the only one that can set yourself right. So don't talk about it, just do it. Oh, and it's funny you bring up the Pillars of the Rebellion. Considering this is a fight I didn't want. I got dragged into this mess because Lawson is trying to do to us what Victor did to you. But I mean, what do I know? I'm just a guy on this roster, right, Lawson? But let's talk about the reason I truly believe this is happening.
And introducing their opponents. At a combined weight of 597 pounds, the team of Cool J Kyo and Talos Sid, the Saber Bots. And I'll be honest with you, I'm curious what Sandman was going to say. What does he think the issue is?
He doesn't want wrestlers. He wants puppets on strings for him to control. He wants this show to be about him. The only reason I'm still in this fight is because if we don't stand up to him and stop him from ruling this show with an iron fist, not one of us is getting a title match ever again. Bet on that. So yeah, I'll help the rebellion. But I'm not doing this for you.
I'll help the rebellion, but I'm not doing it for you. Powerful words. But with that statement alone, Sandman Damian Anderson finds himself on the same side of the ring as the man who at one time took his tag team partner and put him out of action, maybe for the rest of his career. And now a couple of body blows. Look out here. Big scoop slam by Anderson. And now the dragon screw there. Cool J Kyo trying to take down Sandman. And now into the corner. Right hand. Putting the boots to Sandman. And now the flying cross body there by Sandman. Talos wants a tag, not going to get it. Sandman off the ropes. Snapmare. And now thrown to the outside. Cool J Kyo just waiting for Sandman. And here he comes. And there goes Kyo. And now the big enziguri. Sandman with a couple of right hands, staggering Talos Sid. And look out here from behind, looking for the sleeper hold, trying to take the big man off of his feet. Oh, but a jawbreaker counter. And now M tweeting out on social media, quote, "By all means, sit on the side, Damien. Your efforts would only hinder fate in the first place. Let the club handle Friday nights." Crossbody there by Anderson. And a tag made to the madness. now look at the tope onto the knees. Madness landing a little funny on the back of his head. They're trying to take out the knee of Talos Sid. The leapfrog. Big back elbow. Tag made to the Cyberbot. Cool J Kyo and a big uppercut right to his jaw. And then a knee to the face of the Madness. Now looking for the right hands. Oh, and down goes legs. Springboard, forearm shot by Kyo. And now, oh, the kick right to the spine. Now another tag to Sid. Doing damage. And now Sid gonna leap off the top rope with an elbow. A devastating elbow. And now a submission move, an armbar applied, but Madness able to roll through it. And then the head scissors. Gotta make a tag here, though. Tag to Anderson. I'll tell you what. Despite everything we just heard, it is still strange to see Madness and Anderson on the same side of the ring. Look out, hear the rewind! And then a break up there by Kyo. And now Kyo gonna go for the ride. Kyo out of time. Down he goes. And now rights and lefts. But then Sid able to take advantage. Anderson trying to fight 2-on-1. And then down goes Damien. And on the shoulders, down goes Sandman. Trying to delete him. 1, 2, and a kick out. Been waiting for Anderson to get back to his feet now from behind. Up on the shoulders. And now the elbows to the temple. And an abdominal stretch here. Grabbing the leg as well. Innovative submission move by the Sandman. But the power of Sid able to get him out of that predicament. And then makes the tag. And now, oh, Madness. With a clothesline in the corner, there's the knees. And now into the corner. Off the mad crash. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now looking for the super kick. Oh, he got caught. Sweeps the legs. And now what is that? Oh, my goodness. Execution. Locked in. But now Madness again escapes. And now, the tag made to Anderson. Back in he comes. And now the counter by Sid. And a shoulder tackle off the springboard. And now Cool J with a kick to the spine. And the drop kick moving out of the way. Anderson from behind. Now he's going to go for it again. The rewind on Kyo. Cover. 1. And broken up. And now Anderson out the outside, another crossbody. Trying to make the tag. Anderson trying to cut the ring off, but tag to Madness. But that lets Sid tag. Ed Madness taking out Sid and now going after Kyo. Springboards back in. What a clothesline from Sid. And there's the elbow. What a shot. Where is Sid going? What the hell is this? Talos. Oh, what a knee drop. And now tag made. Oh, and there's real steel. Good night, Madness. And broken up by Sandman. And now Madness to his feet again. And again! Right in front of Sandman! 1, 2, and the Bots pick up the win! Here are your winners! The team of Talos, Sid, and Cool J.K., the Saber Bots! And that is why they are former Trios champions. The knockout blow. And the team coordination just not there for Madness and Anderson. And folks, before we get to this next matchup, apparently the Executive Club isn't done gracing us with their presence, because coming up next, we are going to hear from the one, the only, Spectrum.
Tyson, what the actual fuck? I'm dealing with all this shit from multiple areas, home and here. 'Cause now Grim Reaper's got drama stirring in the background. I'm also hearing that Nigma is looking for me. Blight wants to fucking bite me. And, I'm not entirely okay with what M said about me in his last recording. Makes me sound sad or fucking desperate. But fuck all that right now. We need to have a word. 'Cause somehow, you're turning speciesist now, and I can't understand why. Can you even understand why I'm pissed about that, for that matter? Animals of Flashbang. You outed Apex, but fuck that. 'Cause you might as well been picking a fight with me! I understand that I look similar to a human right now. That's the fucking point! But nah. Maybe you missed a shit ton. So let me break it down. Valor is my real name. I'm a feline, an angel with many fucking wings and is massive. If I went into my true form, I could carry the stadiums we wrestle in the palm of my hand. So you called out the deadly and the mythical. Count me as both. Sure, you're right. A mythical can be beaten down. Even ones that can't die can wish they were dead. But Tyson, I need you to think straight. If you're gonna call someone out in the way that you just did, realize who your partner's with.
Well, it appears Tyson Smythe forgot that the very creatures they were calling out, he happens to have one of them on his team. But that's all right. What is Tyson Smythe if not the king of putting his foot squarely in people's face? Sometimes even his own mouth. That being said, let's transition to this upcoming matchup, which, ladies and gentlemen, if you like feel-good moments, if you like good, wholesome wrestling, this next match is for you. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being coming to the ring by the Big Oak Champion of Funk, representing Flow, weighing in at 240 pounds. He is the Brawling Star, Brawl Kaiser. Brawl Kaiser, we mentioned good, wholesome fun. The man who used to be known as the Good Boy. What can I say other than go, Brawl Kaiser? And introducing his opponent, being accompanied in the ring by Sir Percival, weighing in at 233 pounds. He is 1/3 of the Trio's champions, the Gouda Boy, Sir McCheese. It's happening! It's the Good Boy versus the Gouda Boy! Oh, this is just lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pay-per-view quality matchup. Brawl Kaiser versus Sir McCheese. And he's doing the Reginald. Oh, he's acclimating very well. And remember, the Princedom is going to need Trios contenders for Breakdown coming up in October, and could that potentially take the form of Flow? So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brawl Kaiser versus Sir McCheese. Who do you like? But I think no matter who wins this matchup, we all win inside. And now Brawl with the Hurricane Rana, taking down McCheese to the outside. And there's the tope. Atomico, the cover. Legs in position. Kick out at one. Sir Percival, along with Reginald, getting championship gold around their waists for the first time in their MNW careers. Alongside the Gouda Boy, Sir McCheese. And now off the top rope. Look at the moonsault by Brawl Kaiser. Hook in the leg. 1, 2, and a kick out. And then the splash. McCheese trying to pull himself towards the corner. And then sits down. And the knees to the gut. Drop kick to the head. And now the bow and arrow stretch on Brawl Kaiser. And now the wheelbarrow into the DDT. Of course, to Funk, the other person who's going to need a contender for Breakdown. And oh, there it is, the Cosmo Impact. Wrap it up, McCheese, but a kick out. And now Brawl Kaiser poised and waiting. And now the Star Buster! Cover! Oh, and a kick out by McCheese. match. Already living up to the hype. What a power slam by McCheese. And now sliding down the back, but Kaiser able to counter. In off the ropes. Drop down. And now the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And now up to the top rope. Brawl. No, nobody home for the splash. And now into the corner. And now there's a boot to the midsection. Step up kick. And now another springboard moonsault. And now, oh, nobody home for that forearm. And this crowd going bonkers. And now rolling through. And now the kick to the head. And now Brawl was looking for another Starbuster, but a counter by McCheese. And now the ring zero. Ring zero. A little bit of Omni Geek and he got him. The ring zero of Omni Geek and Brawl Kaiser using his teammates' move to success. Here is your winner, Brawl Kaiser. So the Starbuster got countered. He pulled the ring zero out of nowhere. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we are not done with the Trios Champions because coming up, we have Sarah Reginald in singles action. A lot of tonight has been callbacks to the past or matchups that we've always wanted to see and finally have the opportunity to. But here, just a good old-fashioned singles match, and it is next. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 222 pounds, Mr. Enigma. Ever since Multi-Mania, where they helped Engie defeat some of the invaders that came out of the Face Your Fear match, they've had a new swagger to them. And tweeting out on social media. Oh boy. Oh no. I'll get to that in a second. And introducing their opponent, representing the Princedom, weighing in at 247 pounds, they are 1/3 of the Trios champions, Sir Reginald. And as I said, tweeting out on social media, quote, Kath Gina saying, quote, "Oh dear Eric, I heard you mentioned royalty earlier. Perhaps you would be free for tea? I do enjoy a good conversation with the Flashbang staff. What is your preference for tea and snacks?" No comment. And so it's going to be Reginald and Enigma squaring off here. And now into the corner. And a double axe handle. I'm trying to put the boot to Enigma. And now Enigma's sent into the corner. And again, Enigma's had this new attitude ever since Multiverse. It has served them well as they thrust themselves onto the front line of this resistance by denying Mr. Lawson's and the Brass's invitation to join their side. And a clothesline there by the champion. A shot right to the sternum. I'm trying to twist the head off Enigma. Also tweeting out on social media, Michael Macabre saying, quote, "I may have plans at work. This talk of champions and in some cases lack of. I know the rules of the belt defunct. So if you're brave enough after me and Zerikis beat you and OmniGeek, next week be there if you dare." A challenge laid out to Defunct for the Big Oof Championship. So Zerikis, a couple of weeks ago, calling out the Minotaurs. Michael Macabre calling out Defunct. Doom wants a piece of everybody. And now able to, trying to drop that elbow. And now the hip toss. There's a boot to the midsection. Look out here. Looking for the Famouser. Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Boot to the midsection. The double underhook. And down. The pedigree. 2. And a kick out by Enigma. Now all the way to the top rope. And an elbow right to the head. And able to slide behind Reginald. There's the clothesline by Enigma. Nice hip toss, hooks the leg. Look at the kick. Able to counter, dragon screw there by Enigma. Now the springboard into the crossbody. And now up to the top rope. Big elbow. Hook in the leg. 1, 2, kick out. I'm just trying to twist that head off of Reginald. And a knee right to the head. And now back in they go. Hook in the leg. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out. Now the bull to belly to belly. Reginald in a little bit of trouble, but able to counter there with a jawbreaker. Back and forth we go. And there's the boot to the midsection. They're going to go for it again. A second pedigree. And will that do it? 1, 2, and the champion comes out on top. Here is your winner, Sir Reginald. Oh, wait a second, Controller going after Nigma. And now Reginald, who had an issue with Controller last time on Flashbang, coming to Nigma's ain't a clothesline. And look at Nigma squaring off with Reginald. Not sure what to think of the whole situation. But Reginald with the save. And it looks like Flashbang might be starting to coalesce. Controller with the glare at Reginald and then the beatdown of Nigma. And folks, coming up next, more singles competition. And this one is going to be an interesting one. And we'll just send it down to ringside for more singles action. We'll talk about it on the other side of these introductions. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 241 pounds, he is the Cult Classic, Henry Cole. Yee, and I cannot emphasize this enough. Ha! So Henry Cole, who we thought was going to be embroiled with a feud with Alexis Edmonton following Multivanny and that King of the Showcase match, they just kind of said, nope. But here tonight, I think Mr. Lawson may be testing where Henry Colt lies because their opponent will absolutely try to get inside their head. And introducing their opponent, weighing in at 189 pounds, representing Dirty Deeds, she is the Fae Queen, Kath Gina. So Kath Gina, who we already know aligned with the brass in some way or another, asking me to tea, which is obviously an invitation to never be seen again. But if anyone can figure out where someone lies, where their loyalties are, it is this woman, the Fae Queen. And here we go, and go, Colt. Going for the knee and a drop kick there by Kath Gina. And now a roll through the roll up even. One, and a kick out by Colt. And now Colt stuck between the heels of Kath Gina, getting stretched out. A big clothesline there to the Fae Queen. We already know that Red Star Roman has also made his interest in the World Heavyweight Championship crystal clear. And that might run contrary to what Tyson Smythe is trying to do. And should those two meet down the line, what an interesting matchup that might be. Thus they secretly be scheming together, which I also wouldn't put past Dirty Deeds or the Executive Club. Remember Dirty Deeds, some of the most well-known mercenaries in all the multiverse. There's a big knee by Colt into the cover one, kick out. Drop kick to the head and a stomp. Oh, there go the knees. There's an elbow to the head. Is Kath Gina able to counter out of the corner? A couple of knees from Colt. Body blows, the chops, and a hip toss. Now the body blow. Rocking Kath Gina. Springboard. Enziguri. Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Look who's on the ramp. It's Alexis Edmonton. And Henry Colt turns around immediately. I don't think they're done with you, Colt. And up from behind the roll up. One, and a kick out by Colt. Oh, and dropping Colt off the distraction by Edmonton. Oh, and here we go. I was looking for the boot. In off the ropes and over the ropes. Alexis making their presence known. But whether or not Colt is done with Edmonton, Edmonton not done with the Colt Classic. And a boot to the midsection. Look out here. The Medini team. And down goes Colt. 1, 2. Oh, and he grabs the rope and then kicks out. I think legs missed the rope grab and Colt had the wherewithal to kick out anyway. And then thrown into the referee. Big clothesline. And now a boot to the midsection. Look out here. Was looking for the Winter's Kiss. And then rolling through. Oh, what a knee to the head of Kathjina. 1, 2, and a kick out. Cole trying not to let that distraction cost him, but it has turned the momentum in this match. And now a counter. Kathjina sweeping the leg. And now poised and ready again. Boot to the midsection. Winter's Kiss. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, no. And now picking up Colt, couple of right hands, there's a kick. I was looking for the big boot, right hand now. Colt looking for the lasso. Trying to lasso a win here. Wrapping up Kathjina. Nowhere for her to go. But referee says she does not quit. And now back to her feet, Kathjina staggering. There's a kick to the head. And now the forearm shot. That Winter Rose's Kiss is a devastating DDT. And we haven't even seen the top rope variety. And there's the knees, the right hands. Shot to the gut. And then kicks her right in the back of the head. And now it's Colt's turn. Oh, he was looking for the Colt Classic, but it was countered. Colt Classic was countered. Into the Winter's Kiss. And she is not done. The Winter Rose's Kiss I thought was going to be enough. And now off the middle rope, there it is again. Double Winter Rose's Kiss. 1, 2, and she got him. Alexis sticks it to Colt. Here is your winner, the Fey Queen, Lady Kathjina. What a display by Kathjina with the assist from Alexis Edmonton. And ladies and gentlemen, as Kathjina exits victoriously, we are going to hear from one of the competitors in our upcoming tag team match. And that match is next. But before we send you down to it, let's hear what the Night Reaper has to say to the Multiverse.
Good evening, Multiverse. Now, I know Doom's been a bit chaotic as of late, so I'm going to take some time tonight to explain a few things. Let's start with the obvious. Why the Minotaurs? Well, besides what Michael has already explained, it's because you two tout yourselves as this unbeatable force who can never be toppled. And, well, just ask Victor how acting like that worked out for him with us. Next, why did we kick Flo's ass some weeks ago? Well, that one's a bit more personal for me. You took something from me Something you might have not even known that I still wanted. Victor. Phoenix might have beaten him for that belt, but I wanted to be the one to remind him that him and his petty insults about me, Mad Jack, or any other member of Doom would have ended in his. So every bit of anger I feel when I hear Victor's name, I am going to take out on you. However, for now, I am satiated. Okay, heroes? And finally, what is our end goal? Well, it's to win something we should have held a long time ago. Those tag team titles. And I decided we should do things the proper way by beating more and more high-value teams till we get our shot. I don't care what configuration of Doom gets the job done, but those belts will be ours. First Flow, then the Minotaurs, then anyone else who stands in our way between us and the forces of nature. Good night, Multiverse. Sleep well.
Derek is not mincing words. Doom is after the tag team championships, and after that fatal four-way did not go their way, they will square up with one of the other teams that was involved in that fatal four-way that couldn't quite get the job done. Let's send it down to ringside. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 599 pounds, the team of Michael Macabre and Syracuse Doom. So Doom stalking their way down to the ring. And there you see that lantern of souls that Michael Macabre carries with him. And introducing their opponents, at a combined weight of 595 pounds, the team of Samuel Manatee and Suicide Gemini, Hell's Kitchen. Another team that wants tag team gold. And they were involved in that fatal four-way with Doom, the Guild, and Honorbound. And it was Honorbound that was victorious, but that does not mean that the chase stops. Someone's going to get a tag title shot after Breakdown, and these teams want to stake their claim. And Now trying to run through, and there's, look at the monkey flip. Now the outside drop kick off the tag is Manatee. Derek is able to move out of the way of the elbow. Big clothesline there to Manatee. We talk about the history of Friday Night Flashbang. Well, Doom and Hell's Kitchen have been around almost since the inception. Doom has been around all the way since the Inquisition era over on Warzone, but they've been here since day one. Along with Gemini and Manatee, who are probably one of the most unique teams we've ever seen formed here on Friday Night's tag made to Manatee. Then the shot to the gut. And then Snake Eyes in the corner. The cover. One kick out. And out to the corner. The double axe handle towards the arm. And oh, what a super kick. Just taking Gemini's head off. Kick. Oh, the spinning boot to the head. And out tag to Manatee. And now wrestling with the arm and then a double axe handle to the elbow. Right hand to Gemini. Right hand to Gemini again. And then lays him out. Spine first. And now Macabre laid out on the outside. We're already at a count of 6. Macabre and Gemini definitely don't really care about the rules. And now thrown. Gemini going to try to steal this with some Galaxy Brain. And then the right hand. Telling Macabre to get back in. And does. But down goes Xerxes. And Macabre's not going to like that as they were looking to make the turnaround. And then turns around right into a boot from Gemini. And then the silence, mortals! And then here goes Manatee. Going for the ride. Up. And able to counter. And now the roll up. And a kick out. In off the ropes, Macabre. Oh, knees to the back. And now the DDT. That Soul Stealer is a devastating maneuver, and no one has ever kicked out of it. Manatee able to escape it for the time being, but it's still in a bad way. Now a back elbow. And now, oh, there's the running Liger bomb. Holding on, and look at the kick to the spine by Xerxes. And now Manatee gonna look for the Chef's special. The knockout blow to Macabre. 2 kick out. There's the right hand by Manatee. Into the corner. Elbow. Now here come the body blows once again. Face first into the turnbuckle. A clubbing blow. Turned around. And now the Beal toss out of the corner. Covered by Macabre. And here comes Gemini diving into the ring. And now look at Macabre going after Gemini. Dropping him on his head. And then trying to crawl to Xerxes, makes the tag. Xerxes, and oh, he got caught! Xerxes walked into a Chef's special! Cover! Manatee gonna steal it! 2! No! Almost. The Manatee nearly stole it, and there's Manatee's partner, Gemini, getting thrown into the corner by Macabre. And a kick to the head. And there's the moonsault. And out into the corner, Gemini tagged to Manatee. Oh, here we go! The spine buster, there's the big splash! Fallen to despair by Manatee. Macabre able to break it up. Macabre now going after Gemini. Chaos has broken down. And now Xerxes, that leg DDT by Manatee. Trying to pick themselves up. Trying to line up Xerxes. Clothesline over the ropes. And Xerxes in a bad way right now. And now Gemini back up on that top rope, and Xerxes in the wrong part of town. What a missile drop kick. And the right hands. And then thrown into the steps goes Xerxes. And now Xerxes being dragged back towards the ring and thrown in. Now just a heel hook here, just trying to wrench on Xerxes' leg. The chops, the right hands, floats over. Look out here, DDT! Tag made. Manatee out, Gemini in, right hand. And now looking for the straight jacket. That German suplex, they got it! And Hell's Kitchen picks up the win. Here are your winners, the team of Samuel Manatee and Suicide Gemini, Hell's Kitchen. Doom might have been looking past Hell's Kitchen. They were talking about Minotaurs. They were talking about Flo, but Hell's Kitchen just punched him right in the mouth. And folks, coming up next, I have just been told that the brass, or rather the executive club, is not even close to being done. Apparently M is done hearing the insults from our roster here tonight, and they have a retort.
Names have such meaning in the multiverse. Some can be used to claim mighty powers. They can be given, taken, thrown aside, changed and shaped however you like. Fascinating to see people change their name, but never change the status quo for their own careers. Take, for example, AAA. Their purpose, the animals against Apex, gone because their very nemesis became the thing that they could never get close to. World-level champions. And now it's animals against authority. These animals never had the authority to challenge in the first place. And now we have the bloated, paraded corpse of fate once again. New members with changed names, but still they follow their flawed systems, building up these pillars, only making it easier for me to knock them down and dissect their name to what it really means. Fate, failures at the end. And then we go to the one that changes so much but always stays the same. The Sandman, Mr. Friday Nights, the former Time Bandit, the House of Caliban's misguided child, Damian Anderson. So much change in you, you don't even know which direction to take yourself in. But I appreciate your efforts so far. Clearly, picking up the bottle and saying it's not my problem has worked out so well for you. Keep doing more of that. Because, Mr. Friday Nights, no matter what you change your name to, no matter where you go, one consistency will always remain the same. You are not world champion material, and you know it. Tonight we have learned the power of names and change, but the only name you need to learn when I give you an order is mine, M. And I dare you to change that reality.
M with some very cutting words for the reformed fate. Those that have changed their names but not their ways, says the muscle of the executive club. A man who has definitely changed his ways since he's come back to Friday nights. But I'll tell you what, folks, we are not quite done or ready for our main event just yet, because last week we had a rookie debut and challenge for the Big Oof Championship. And I didn't have a lot of information on this newcomer, but perhaps they can introduce themselves to the multiverse better than I ever could.
Flashbang, darlings. I think it is time I introduce myself properly. I'm Celicia Eclipse, and it is such a pleasure to finally step into the light after watching from the shadows for the last little while. The funk. I would like to thank you for that entertaining match. I hope you had just as much fun as I did, darling. Now, Eric, I will forgive you this time for messing up my name, darling. But let me say it again for you. Cilicia. Cilicia Eclipse. And if you need a lesson on how to say it, I will gladly give it. And for all you others, I so look forward to having a dance with you all.
Well, there you have it, folks. I will definitely remember that. Alicia Eclipse, got it. No problem. My bad. It won't happen again. I feel like this is going to be a Sajar situation. I have way too many eldritch horrors coming after me. I don't need this. I'm not paid enough to deal with eldritch horrors. That's APS's job. But folks, before we get to our main event, we have one more person to hear from. And all I can say is, I'm sorry.
I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Got a knack for making things better. Face facts, 'cause your opinion don't matter. This a maniac is gonna step on whomever.
Greetings, Flashbang. My name is Mr. Lawson, and I am the hand-picked representative of the... Now, if I could ask our production truck to do me a huge favor. There was something that Damian Anderson said that I wanted to express. What was it again? Could you play the last thing that he said for me?
Talk about the reason I truly believe this is happening. He doesn't want wrestlers. He wants puppets on strings for him to control. He wants this show to be about him. The only reason I'm still in this fight is because if we don't stand up to him and stop him from ruling this show with an iron fist, not one of us is getting a title match ever again. Bet on that. So yeah, I'll help the rebellion. But I'm not doing this for you.
Amusing. Whether or not you stand up in this rebellion, you were right about one thing, Damien. You will never get a title opportunity. But that's enough about you. I'm here to address tonight's events. Have you enjoyed this little slice down memory lane, this trip into the past of Flashbang? I warned you the last time that we spoke to beware of the skeletons in your closets, the ghosts that haunt your past. And maybe all of you should think about what you've done in your pasts that could come back to haunt. So here's what we're going to do, Flashbang, since the Halloween season is so rapidly approaching, breakdown almost at hand. We already know the Monster Mash is set. We already know championships will be defended. But I have something special for a very special boy. You, Jack Andrew. Because I have a proposition. I am a man of my word. I want to propose a match to you at Breakdown. 2 matches, in fact. Either you could choose match 1, which will be a singles match against your friend Scott E. Stevens, and that match will be a number 1 contendership match for the World Heavyweight Championship, because the ghosts in both of your pasts are Apex, because no matter how many of them each of you beat, it never really got you any closer to what you wanted. Now, you could choose option A and go for the championship I know you so desperately crave a shot at, or you could go with option B. And you and I can be locked inside of a cell, because I know how desperately you also want to get your hands on me. But to do so will basically turn you into Damian Anderson, someone who will no longer have a shot at any championship in MNW as long as I have any say over it. So it's up to you. You're welcome to come fight me. And you can beat me with an inch of my life, but after it's all said and done, my wounds will heal. You will never again be relevant in this sport. Which brings me back to Honorbound. I feel like I should address this before the night is over. DeLuna, you bring up a very good point. There seems to be confusion about you getting an opportunity in that fatal four-way despite not really deserving it. And then, of course, there's the whole, well, you were basically just doing my bidding against Andrews. Well, what can I say, DeLuna? I guess I will help all of Honorbound out. Cross my heart, hope to die. Honorbound is in no way working with me or the brass. We have no history together, and we are absolutely not colluding on anything. You can trust me. Best of luck in your tag team title match. And I will see the rest of you next week, because the fun is just beginning for the Halloween season.
And I'm better than ever. Got a neck. Personal opinion don't matter. This a maniac is gonna step on whomever. It's time getting live, 'cause I'm gonna make it see.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lawson had some things to say. We've heard from the entire executive club, but Jack Andrews now has a decision to make for the Halloween season for Breakdown. What match will he choose? And is Honorbound not working with... I don't know if I trust them more or less based on what Lawson just said. I don't know anything anymore. I'm just confused. That being said, it is time for our main event. And speaking of championships, we know that the main event will feature the creation, the number one contender, the man who will challenge the Crimson Phoenix for the World Heavyweight Championship at Breakdown. Let's see what comes out of the creation's past next. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing in at 410 pounds, from the lair of Dr. Caliban, representing House Caliban, the Creation. So as Creation makes his way to the ring, I'm sure he has no idea who waits for him on the other side of this entrance. But I know he's ready to rack him and put him in the wheel of pain regardless, as he tries to continue to build momentum towards Breakdown. Oh boy. Introducing his opponent. Weighing in at 279 pounds, representing the Abyssal Void, Lord V. And here comes V. The Void Walker, and definitely a ghost of the Creation's past as a member of the Empire of Terror. Remember, they hijacked the Creation's brain, using its body as a vessel of destruction. And it wasn't until that Multivania where Graven buried Dark Lord Prinny that they were able to eventually figure out what was going on with the Creation and extract the brain of the Beast Hyrold from his head. And Creation, no stranger to Lord V, but there is no less hatred in his eyes today than there were the day that he got his memories back. I mean, really his whole brain back. And look at V saying, bring it on. Two giant men and one giant rivalry. Here we go, your main event underway. The shots to the temple, staggering the big man. V sending off the ropes. Creation able to leapfrog. Moves out of the way and then shoves V. Right hands. And now the body blows. It was Creation and Phoenix in a tag team match that resulted in not ideal results for contender and champion. Oh, what a kick to the head. And now Creation trying to be taken to the corner. Body blows to the gut. And look at Creation, barely moved. And then the boot to Lord V. And now the gut wrench and a stomp on the mat. And now the right hand. Oh, and it is Zagiri from Lord V off the combination of strikes, and now into the cover. Whoa, and a kick out at 0. Not even giving Lord V the dignity of a 1 count is Creation. And now whipped up over the top rope. V surprisingly without backup in the form of the Cleaver, his tag team partner. But out here one-on-one against the Creation. Compliments of Mr. Lawson. And now trying to get thrown into the ring, but oh, Creation tossed into the barricade. And now shots to the head of Creation. And then the big booty drop onto the ribs. And then into the barricade again. And there's the senton. Already up to a count of 8. V gonna try to steal one. 9. Creation slides back in and then clotheslines V in the back of the head. V looking for the Galaxy Brain strats. Creation says not today. And now looking for the bow and arrow stretch. There's the body blow, boot to the midsection. Uh-oh. Creation in some trouble. Down goes Christopher Caliban. 1, 2. The void slam, not enough. And now Creation catching a clubbing blow. And now V to the top rope, and this could be problems for Creation. V, a very athletic big man, but then thinks better of the distance maybe, and then gets shoulder checks Creation. And now a boot to the head. And now Creation, the big clothesline, the elbow. And now a boot to the midsection, looking for the power bomb perhaps. Power bomb position for V. And then just throws him. The power of Christopher Caliban. My goodness. Those modifications that Dr. Caliban made, obviously working. And there's the brain chop by Creation. Looking for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out. And now perhaps looking for the grave yard smash. Hooking the leg again. Yanked him off the ground. And another kick out. How? How is it possible? And now V in some trouble. And now the Wheel of Pain. V nowhere to go. V with nowhere to go and taps out. Here is your winner, the Creation. And look who's on the way to the ring. The new world champion. Creation showing no fear. Phoenix with no fear. And there is your match for Breakdown. Title on the line. Creation can taste it. His first opportunity. And folks, just like that, without further ado, allow me to introduce you to your Breakdown World Heavyweight Championship match. Crimson Phoenix versus the Creation. A square off in the center of the ring as Creation puts down another ghost of his past. But what did Mr. Lawson mean with his cryptic message about worrying about the skeletons in all of our closets? There is a lot to unpack with that whole situation. I think Lawson might have lost a couple of marbles in his brain when Andrew spine busted him in Multivania. But we'll get to all of that next week because it's a lot to unpack for right now. And we unfortunately are out of time. My name is Eric Jan Erickson, and we will see you next week. Good night!